Hi, this is Lalit Karthikeyan and I'm your host for today's video. And in today's video, we'll be looking into sampling and its process. Before getting into the sampling process, a brand should make decisions regarding the garment type, design, garment segment, and the size requirements. And all of these above information should be developed into a spec sheet or a tech pack in order to present to the factories. So, what is a sampling process? Sampling is a process where samples are produced to the buyer based on which the orders are placed. The major samples in the fashion industry are prototype sample, fit sample, pre-production sample, size set sample, and the shipment sample. Now, let's look into the sampling process in detail. First, the proto sample. A proto sample kickstarts the whole production cycle. An order is placed to the factory based on the proto sample. Factories either follow the original sketch or the tech pack provided by the designer. The idea is to review the style and design aesthetics for easy understanding of the apparel production process. In this process, any fabric and trim with similar weight and characteristics can be used depending on its availability. Generally, 3 proto samples are made, 2 for the brand and designer's reference and 1 for the factory's reference. And when it comes to the proto sample request, it is normally responded within 7 to 10 days. And once this proto sample is approved, the buyer asks the factory to start working on fit sample. Next, fit sample. As the name suggests, fit sample is a sampling process that ensures adequate fit and fall of the garment. The buyer checks the fit on a live or dummy model. The measurements need to be accurate in order to pass the fit evaluation. The sample garments are sent in M size for men's and S size for women's. The fit sample is made with actual measurements of the original product, and at this stage, you're only required to add specifications for the sample size in your tech pack. It's better to use the actual fabric, but substitute fabrics and trims with similar characteristics can be used for the sample development. The pre-production sample. Pre-production sample is considered to be a contract between the buyer and the factory. This is the ultimate sample after approval of which the production activity begins. So, it is really important to check all measurements and specifications in detail. The original fabric along with its original trims with embroidery or prints are to be used in the development of the sample as per the specifications addressed, and then this sample is sent for the approval of the buyer. This sample acts as a standard for bulk production. Size set sample. The base pattern for each size needs to be graded so that samples can be created for the entire size range. So the main purpose of size set sample is to check if the factory is capable to make samples in all sizes. Actual fabric and trims are to be used for size set sample. Normally, 1 or 2 samples or quantity of each size needs to be sent to the buyer. If the sizes are more in number, the buyer may ask you to skip some sizes, and this is called jump size set sample. Pilot run sample. 5 to 10% of the total production quantity is made on a separate sewing line before the actual bulk production. These samples are made in order to assure the buyer about the bulk production capabilities of the factory. Shipment sample. Some garments are randomly picked from the final shipment lot and sent to the buyer as shipment samples. The purpose of sending these shipment samples is to assure the buyer that the quality is maintained throughout the end of production. Once the bulk production is done, the shipment is finished, packed, and ready to go. Finally, so now we've gone through the sampling process as a whole, including the initial stages, covens, and pre-production samples. It is really important to understand the sample development process in order to control quality and costs of production. Please hit the subscribe button for more educational content on this channel. And to know how to register your fashion brand, click on the notified link above.